Alrighty, so I'm going to be decorating the front of the album. I have had a week off, or just over almost a week off. I had some surgery on my sinuses because I was really struggling. So I have been off for a while, and I was up last night till about 1:45. I couldn't sleep, so I came through and I prepped what I was going to do today. And then I thought I'd get this done earlier, but it hasn't been that way. So I chose some of this tape. I love the tape. Okay. And I have cut this strip to, let's just give you a measurement. It is about 11 3/4, that piece, and then I've also got this piece. Let's see if I can get this one off easier. This one is definitely a bit smaller. I'm going to just cross this one. So what I've actually done is on the paper itself there was a line going along there and a line going along there, a thin line. I've actually placed it on the line just to give me a straight edge. And then what I was thinking of doing is using one of these delicious rub-ons. I presume I haven't used a rub-on in 100 years. I absolutely adore them. I'm just going to cut this one out because I want to add a bit of this yellow. And I'm almost tempted to only add a little bit because I've got all these bits prepped that I want to build. So I might actually put these down first. So I had prepped a whole lot of pieces, which I want to just experiment with now quickly, because it's quite different where you haven't stuck them down. And I had hoped, I've lost my brown piece that I wanted to put. Gosh, I thought I'd stacked everything really carefully last night. Okay, so I'm just looking for a brown piece. I'm going to pause the video. Found it. I wanted that to come in there, but I wanted this little brown dot to come through the center, and then place these on. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to stick it with double-sided tape because I can always move it if it's got tape on it. And I'm also going to put the tape back a little bit because I'd like to pop some bits sticking out the layers. Okay, so let's take this one. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not doing anything crazy. And I kind of chose these two for the teal sort of colour in them. Oh, that one I've put the tape a bit close to the edge. Silly me. So this is just using all those little offcuts, you know, those little bits that we cut off. I hate wasting anything, so invariably I'll end up using an entire pack and all the little bits. And you'll notice I very seldom chalk the edge of my pages. It's not one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge because I want these to kind of ride through. So I'm going to put this one next. These two are almost the same size. This one you'll see the writing is now going long ways. I'm not too stressed about it being the same size. I wanted it more for the color than anything else. I don't know if any of you get that idea in your head of kind of what you want your end result to look like, and then you kind of just work from there. So I did know that I wanted the brown spot to come through because I feel that it just carries it really nicely. I guess it's going there because I just dropped it down by mistake. Oh well, and it's a little bit crooked, not the end of the world. Okay, so I don't know if I love the photo mat in black. I have bought some other colors, but this is what I was fiddling with that night. I like the idea of the photo mat to go there, probably a creamy color. So this is what I was just using for size. So I also fancy the idea of having a bit of this yellow. And I'm actually going to try and cut this in half, because why can't I? Somewhere here remember the days we had all those rub-on tools? I mean, where are they now? I wonder where mine are. And we used to get those gorgeous, I mean, in South Africa we don't get many rub-ons. I love rub-ons. Probably the back of this would be better. Oh gosh, my heart is happy. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one for somewhere over here on this side. Let me pick up the backing. And let's just pop it on the backing and pop it over there. So there's just a little bit of colour. And then what I've done is I have managed to die cut. Oh, these die cuts are they not just the best thing? Oh my goodness, they're just incredible. So what I'm going to do, let's hope my glue is behaving. I forgot when I went to have my surgery the other day, I left the glue open. I'm just going to pause the video. Right, I'm back, hopefully with a glue that now works. I'm going to stick these quite well. There will be some that I'll leave that will go over the photo mat. Basically, I want to build up this type of situation. These die cuts are absolutely incredible. The detail, it's just next level. And so easy to cut. And remember, I've got some sort of image coming over here, photo mat coming over here. I might do just a smaller one, but there's going to be this lot behind, and then I'm going to bring in some that will go over the top of the photo mat. I haven't done anything, I've just die cut these out of plain old cardstock. Once you've built up this little I mean, they look really, I think they look really, really, really incredible. So I kind of chose some white, and this one I've taken two. I've got white, and I've used this really light green. I'm trying to see what the colour's called. It's in my range that I'm using, it's called mint. And then I've used another colour that I have no idea, but it's quite sharp, like quite a bright green. And then I've used just like a normal bottle green, what I would call a bottle green. And literally you're just going to build up your image, crossing them over so it looks like grasses. We may need to cut a few more. I'm going to have another one of these. So this is going to be my first layer until I've done my photo mat, and then I'm going to come in with these, and they won't be stuck down on top, so it will allow me to stick my photo mats. Okay, so I've only stuck glue on the bottom half. And then the other thing I've got here, so I've got a few more here that I can add to, is I've got, this is from the die cuts. I'm going to add that in here with this, so it's just adding a little bit of color. Okay, then the other thing I had, I think I'm going to add this green one on the end. And I've probably built this thing up 3 or 4 times already, and each time it will be different, because there's no right or wrong, it's just for you to have fun with it. And I also need a bit of white, because the white kind of lifts it, I think. I'm actually going to stop. I think I've got enough now. Right, and then what else I'm going to do, I'm just going to move those to the side, is I've got these gum boots, which I thought I would place in the corner. And with that, they also had a camera image. I'm not going to raise it because I don't want them to be pulled off. I probably should have been better to stick it down, but I want to just tape it so I can make sure it's exactly what I want. And then there's the cutest little, I don't know, otter, beaver, who I thought we'd add on this side. And then there's this butterfly, so I want my piece to come in there, and this butterfly is then going to come on afterwards, so I'm going to put that up there. I've also got the word explore more, which is going to come somewhere over there, so we're going to pop that on the side. And then what I thought of doing with these things, just building up a few interesting bits. And there are quite a few of these things. And adding some little bugs. And because we've got a lot of these tealy colors and greens, I'm actually looking for more the yellows to come through. Just so that you can see them. So that basically is how I'm going to build my front cover. I might add a few more bits and pieces to it. But yeah, I think I'm going to finish off and then just have space for a little photo there. So I'm going to just cut the photo mat and then come back and finish off. Okay, so I cut a piece of white cardstock to 5 1/8 of an inch by 5 1/8, so square. And then I've cut a piece of black cardstock to 5 1/4. So I've got a very, very thin border. So that is going to go in here like so. And I'm thinking that I'm going to raise this a little bit. I haven't stuck down those other little creatures yet. So let's do this. These are such big. How badly I've stuck this one. Let's see if I can get it off. There we go, that was a stroke of luck. I'm a firm believer that when you're doing the front of an album and you've got a photo in mind, it's far easier to scrap. Where here I don't have a photo in mind, so I'm just kind of building up. Right, I'm going to pop that down around there. I am going to stick these little guys down. So they're just peeking out between the layers. See? Here's this butterfly. And I want to come back and I want to fix that little dude. We're going to have some of these bugs in amongst the grasses. I'm going to push that one too far down, and I want to bring in some sort of butterfly here. Let's have a peek and see what we have. I hope I haven't gone overboard too far with this. This one should be. I think I've stuck it down by mistake. then have the title, and I've got this cute little butterfly. Probably should have done this before I stuck all this other stuff down. Oh, didn't quite get that underneath. Silly me, because I didn't stick it down. But it's okay, not too stressed about that. I've got a little bit of this left over. I'm thinking we need a little bit of a lighter colour this side. The same. And I think I'm happy with that. Yep, I may add a few more bits and pieces later on, but for now I think I'm happy. We could do extra butterflies going off the page. I don't think I want any more of the teals. There's a lot of tealy colours going on here. I'm just having a look to see sort of the yellow. There's a yellow one there, or there's this one. I think I'm going to do this one. And then the photo will go in there. We may need a few. Might as well use all the products that I've got. Let's just take a few of these. Do some random dots. I love how the yellow just kind of lifts the whole page. And on this side I've got this sort of browny fawny colour. have hundreds of the yellow ones. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. And let's stamp that there. We're good to go. Front of the album, pretty much sorted.